you can't fuel it. Oh my word. All right, I have you right here on the show. It's Tuesday, 20th February 2024. Coming up shortly, we have big stories, a couple of them. A lot of things have happened. Something even as big as a lion happened. Amazing. All right, so we'll bring you the big stories, and from there we'll bring you the news at 4 o'clock, which is the business news. And after the business news, we will talk economic hardship, protests over economic hardship. And I'm asking, how does protesting help the situation? That's what I want to know. Well, I'm going to have that conversation with public affairs journalist Marcus Ijeoma at that time, and then it's going to last till about 5 o'clock. And 5 o'clock, we'll bring you the news update. And after that, we're going to talk about the state police, the merits and demerits. You know, we seem to have become divided right now over whether or not the state police is what we need. I mean, over the years, it's actually amazing that over the years, a lot of people have for state policing. I mean, it even culminated into the setting up of, is it the Amotekun, right, in the southwest, and then we had the Ibago people in the southeast. I don't know another one that I can't remember right now, but we had those things come up. Why? Because the conversation about there's a lot of security. I want to tackle them. You know, we need grassroots mobilization kind of movement. We need community-based kind of approach to tackling insecurity. So let's do state police. And then they came up with some of those things. But right now, when the federal government finally says, okay, we're going to consider this. Perhaps this is what we should actually do. And then, boom, people are saying, no, they're going to misuse it, going to abuse it. All right, so we'll look at the merits, we'll look at the demerits. What are the good sides and perhaps the bad sides? What are the likelihood that this state police is going to even work? But the question I'll be asking you is, what is most important to you? Is it tackling insecurity or checking the excesses of governors? Because some people are saying, oh, state governors are going to abuse this. They're going to use them to fight their political opponents or whatnot. So, but 5 o'clock, when we have, let me know which is more important. Should we tackle insecurity? Wait until we're sure that they act right before we come up with that. So that will be the conversation for today. 5:45, there's a recorded program. And 6 o'clock, the main, after which I'll be back here. Of course, I'm not going anywhere. I'll still take news. And then we'll come back with open season. All right. Of course, at that time, we're going to have new stories from the major news, and then we'll also touch on some of them. All right. So get on Facebook, get on X, get on Instagram, on YouTube. Just get on social media and find us Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's for Facebook. Yeah. And then Nigeria Info FM _PH for Instagram, and Nigeria Info PH. That's it for X, and of course for YouTube. Live on there and join the conversation. And well, of course, I'm also taking messages on WhatsApp, so you can as well send them to 0809 030 6416 0809 030 6416. All right, once again, my name is Constance Mega. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Nigeria Info. Nigeria. I'm listening.
All right, so we start with now. Federal government uncovered 32 routes for smuggling food out of Nigeria. All right, we can find that across the national dailies, but I'm taking this from the Channels television website. And part of the story reads that the federal government says it has uncovered 32 routes through which food items smuggled out is speaking as the federal government? Well, the Vice President, Kashim Shettima. Right. So he disclosed this today while addressing a conference on public wealth management that was held in Abuja. Now, he said on the midnight of Sunday, 45 trucks loaded with maize were intercepted, making their way to neighboring countries. All right, I'll quote him here now. Just 3 nights ago, 45 trucks of maize were caught being transported to neighboring countries. Just in that Ilela axis, there are 32 illegal smuggling routes. And the moment those foodstuffs were intercepted, the price of maize came down 10,000 naira. It came down from 60,000 naira to 50,000 naira. So, there are that are hell-bent on undermining our nation, but this time for us to coalesce into a singular entity. End of quote. Alright, so manufacturers list conditions to slash rising cement price. It's an update though, because initially, early this morning, what was making the rounds was that they have agreed to slash the price of cement, right? But the Punch this afternoon says that manufacturers have agreed, quite alright, to sell 50 kg bag of cement at a retail price between 7,000 naira and 8,000 naira, depending on location nationwide. However, the manufacturers stated that the price drop from the current market price would depend on the fulfillment of certain government interventions to ameliorate critical challenges faced in the industry. Can I hear you say gong? Anyway, the Minister of Work, Dave Umahi, announced after a meeting with leading cement manufacturers on Monday in Abuja that Nigerians will feel the impact in 30 days. That meeting was against the backdrop of the ballooning price of the commodity to approximately 13,000 naira in several retail stores, and that's in Abuja and Enugu, indicating the impact of inflation within the country. Alright, moving to something else now. I told you that part of the big stories today, we've got something as big as an elephant, a lion actually, not an elephant. Lion attacks, kills OAU zookeeper. I remember when I came across that story, that was late last night or so. I was like, I saw a message on Twitter. First of all, I thought it was a joke. I'm like, this is Nigeria? Anyway, it's true. Story goes that a staff of Obafemi Awolowo University, OAU, Ile-Ife, in Osun State, Olabode Olawu, was attacked and killed. A lion he was feeding. This happened yesterday, Monday. Well, Olabode, who worked in the zoological department and was in charge of the lion, was said to be feeding it when the wildcat. Well, efforts to rescue the man from the lion by other staff proved abortive. Of course, story has it that he died. Quite sad though. Now, confirming the incident, the public relations officer of the school, Ayodu Olarewaju, said the deceased was attacked while feeding the 9-year-old lion in it. He said the news of the incident threw the university community into mourning as the management ended its meeting abruptly on hearing of the sad incident. He also said the wildcat had been euthanized. I like English, you know. They have killed the animal. And the last one here, meeting to end petrol scarcity enters second day. At least now we know why there is petrol scarcity, right? Now we know. So we know what we are looking out for. I already read something like that in the 3 p.m. news, but I'm just going to take it again in case you didn't hear it the first time. The River State chairman of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, his name is Tekena Ikaki. He says petrol is available, but the reason we don't have it to distribute is that there is an ongoing strike by the National Association of Road Transport Owners, NATO. So he says the strike is making it difficult to distribute the petrol that is available, move them from the depots to the filling station. he spoke today on Nigerian Info FM's Morning Crossfire. He also assured Nigerians that the government is working hard to resolve the problem. The part we get to hear from him, and then we go on a commercial break and come back and take your calls, right? At work.
I think there is no cause for alarm, even though the seeming scarcity in town, but has already also been made. Means of delivery is the issue. I think the moment they try to call off, I think they start by and the ETD. There will be supply tolerance and this tension will dance down.
I felt like shouting hallelujah. What members of NATO went on strike due to the price of diesel, which they used to power their trucks for transporting the petroleum products across the country. I'll be right back after this break.
Gospel Faith Mission International. Mercy.
Zero 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0003. You can also call 0817-923-0007 and send those messages via WhatsApp. 0809-030-6416. Remember, we have a call screener, so when you're calling, stay on the line. Thank you. All right. So I'm seeing a couple of messages here. Good afternoon, concerns. Government uncovering routes that ship foods outside Nigeria. It's just laughable. The politicians are the ones that carry out these acts. We're watching them. Kelechi Ibam from Ada George, Port Harcourt. Hi, Kelechi. What was that in that bracket? What was that? Mr. Zion is calling from GRA. Good afternoon, Mr. Zion.
Constance, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, sir.
I am going to uncover a route where food are smuggled out of Nigeria and the price of rice by 10,000. Are these people thinking we are children? What kind of statement is that one? Uncover a route that food used to go, suddenly the price crash down. Reduction of 10,000. The other nations are running the economy. This is the kind of news that you even bring out for us. But people do not understand that people are hungry and they are also angry. Not arrest anybody. Did not choose to investigate just because you made arrest. Price of rice crashed down. How many trailers of rice?
No, it's actually maize. It's not rice.
Maize. Okay.
Yes,
Maize.
from 60k to 50k.
How many bags? Will those bags really contain the whole of Nigeria? Is it that the maize is not available? There's no longer scarcity of maize, so because of that, the price has crashed down. These people, they need help. And I want to beg President Tinubu to humbly resign, because his economical policies are causing us more harm. And they are still talking as if they are campaigning to vote for office. It's uncalled for. some comfort.
All right, Mr. Zion. All right, JAJ up now. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, my sister. Let me talk on the same magic they said the performance got 10,000 naira immediately. What a wonderful world we live in. The maize were smuggled and we recovered 10,000 naira. We are too funny, my sister. All this fight, this smuggling car, smuggle train, line, and all those, we didn't do anything. Constance,
Yes,
when
please.
there is a strike, for instance, they will see the end. Nigeria lose 3 billion from non-export. Exporting, where was the money going to? Because when there was no export for the 3 days of the strike, you would not hear that we have lost. For the refineries, yeah, I have just lost hope on refinery working. 6 too much. Just nobody is telling us anything. The minister told us, 1.6 billion dollars has been released. The thing is working. Can anybody stick his neck? Like how this was it the minister of the time? I said if the Abuja runway is not ready at so time, and 2 days to the time, everything was ready. Nobody at this time to say, look, I am very sure, and if this thing didn't happen, I will resign. I don't know. I don't think it's because Dangote has received a trip of crude. We are going to use it to bring. They are just planning and shipping to deceive Nigerians. I don't get this whole thing, and the government. I beg you.
Thank you for calling. At some point, I felt like saying, take it easy. Greetings. The 32 routes used in smuggling our food items outside the country is laughable. Where are the customs officials? I hope the government is not playing to the gallery as usual. I have lost confidence in the government. Nicholas Erasmus. That's your message. Greetings. Why am I seeing Buhari should be blamed for the rising cost of living? That all right, you said Buhari should be blamed for the rising cost of living in Nigeria because he failed to utilize the opportunity given to him by Nigerians throughout his 8 years of administration before he handed power to Bola Tinubu. Thank you, ability at will. That's your message. Hello, Ida from welcome. Good afternoon.
Mega Money, I greet you specially.
I greet you,
My
sir.
sister, it's indeed to go to Nigerian food and all of us kneel down and pray. And the Nigeria to do is to go to Good Luck and tell him that we are sorry. Because for Good Luck left office, he say, when I remember me, and now they remember Good Luck. I remember Good Luck 10 the full back. I said I want to buy the woman and I buy her. I said, Madam, take 5, sell 4,000. Why is back now is 90, 100,000 naira. So if Nigeria and people are trying to more that court for Nigeria.
Ida, you're the one that is remembering Good Luck. Shouldn't you go and be him sorry?
My sister, you know you have to comment when you say before I come up for
Wait, but you are the one remembering him. No other person has called or said anything. Everybody, I did not remember him. You are the one I remembered. We go and tell you sorry.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling Ida. Ezekiel Mini. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir.
I thought you are Canada. This is to tell you that this country is enough for this so-called to manage. They look for a way to know how to divide this country for every zone to mine their goods and their resources to eat sort of all in this country.
So even state governors, Ezekiel, because you're calling out to come and say things that are unnecessary. If you're saying to divide the country, as if we're so currently we have state governors. What are they doing? Aren't you even concerned about what the state governors are doing?
My sister, they are, in fact, these are going in for their own selfish. So we are talking about the current politicians now. Because of future as it's supposed, nothing will happen. So let there be division in this country. Let them to their response. Their I don't know what to call it. We need to be divided.
So when you divide, you will not rest.
No, that goods have been smuggled in the country. Is there no or tell us why the defense ministers and the defense whatever in this country? Two rules. Not only one. In this nation, they struggle their goods. This should be heard first. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling, Ezekiel. But hey, come on. We're talking about division, dividing Nigeria. Not like sharing food, though. We're talking about a country. And then you say divide it into the geopolitical zones. How many geopolitical zones? 6. Interesting. That's amazing. Imagine southeast country, southwest country. Oh, come on. We can't be talking about that, right? Nigeria is one country, and the preaching or the message about unity has been on for a very long time. And if we are talking about the economic or whatever it is that's happening in Nigeria right now, it should be your first line of thoughts for solution. Come on. It's still the same politicians that will still head those areas. And they still complain, let us come back when we were one. So, come on. Division? No. God's power is calling for a change. Power. Turn off your radio set.
Alright. Can you hear me now, Constant?
Alright, it's good. I can still hear myself.
Okay, I'm sorry for that. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Go on, please.
You see, I want to say anything jubilating. The Minister of the coming to announce to Nigeria that he has with manufacturers to peg cement price at 7,000. You see, it means they are still where they are. Because when this escalated, they went from, I think, around 5,000, 4,000. And the fault of the in the manufacturers is that Nigerians will have to pay for 8,000 or 7,000. And people are saying it's about what is related about in this country. Even at 5,000 naira or 4,000, there were people that have this mean.
So
I don't know where we're going to in this country.
So what exactly are you advocating? God's power.
That there is this. And maybe we also have to suffer it for 30 days. As the current situation now. It's uncalled.
So what do you want? God's power.
Looking at that, they'll have to slash the price 2,000, 3,000 naira.
Okay.
There is this saying that goes up in Nigeria. What is the situation of?
All right. Thank you, God's power. He wants to go down to 2,000. Yes, call from Abia State. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Go on, please.
Yeah, it's just laughable. Therefore, was saying about division, you are like, is it a solution? Nigeria is too big to be ruled by someone in Abuja. Now I'm thinking, if this country didn't start by Yoruba and Igbo, at least they will employ people that will guide security because it's part of security. Can't touch ways of smuggling goods out of Nigeria. Where they set up the custom, because personnel as security. It's so good that police may only have passport. How can they guide this country? Not for football on Sunday, you will see 5 security men in the stadium. Go to England, you see like 100,000 security. That's what the best employment in Nigeria, but they don't do those things. Instead of doing those things, that's why it's the home other ministers, other governors. It's too fair, it's so fair now. So dividing this country will even make employment more. It was
Again, I say the whole conversation about division. Okay, I think we're done, right? So that should be the last person calling in about dividing the country. You can have that conversation on your social media handles, but that has nothing to do with what we're discussing right now. All right, I don't want to be the one to be saying, "Oh, no, not the way to go." Is the please let's not do that. All right. If you don't have any other thing that could sound like actually a solution, perhaps you should just. All right. Thank you. So let's see. Until the federal government takes action to crash down the price of petrol, we'll continue to look and clueless. From RG. Who else is here? I've seen these messages before. Greetings, Center. Why is the price of diesel is too high? I thought Dangote was producing diesel, just A fuel and PMS. No, there's no PMS anyway. Laugh. Share governments were beating their hands on the chest that the Port Harcourt refinery will work by December. This government is just full of propaganda. Let's keep deceiving ourselves. Franklin, that's your Balafam said constant. Remember President Goodluck Jonathan. What do you remember about him? Constance, I remember Goodluck Jonathan. Two boy Nengi. Alright, so you guys can act with Ida from Okoro meeting and telling the story. When I take Clinton West as good day Constance Mega, Buhari should not be blamed because Buhari things were a little bit better than President Tinubu's administration. Oh, before I take any more messages, see this paid calling be I am paid. Welcome. On, please.
Thank you very much. I think the way things are going right now, government needs on the charity measure. So like government, I don't know where we are heading because the commodity they should be able to look at the fuel and quickly do something, see how they bring it down with immediate effect. If not, we are going to doom. Because right now, we will agree with the subsidy that they say they've removed. Almost about 9 months down the line, there is no tangible thing. Even the 35,000 wage workers are not seeing. Everything is skyrocketed. So I don't know really what the government is trying to do. Is it going to align in some pockets? And Nigerians are not feeling it. And when we are paying subsidy, people are feeling the air of the country. So what is the reason removing it? That they want to do this, nothing is forthcoming. So for me, let government stop and allow the country to move. Open the border. Let it come in. And let's also mechanize farming. Start in the various regions.
All right.
That is the only way out.
Thank you very much for calling I Am Braid. Now, a quick reminder of the big stories. Federal government uncovers 32 routes smuggling food out of Nigeria. Federal government uncovers 32 routes for smuggling food out of Nigeria. Manufacturers list conditions actions to slash right price. Lion attacks, kills OAU's keeper. To end scarcity enters second day. Those are the big stories. From Tarkot. Oh my goodness. Jack, please do what to call back. Elder first from Degemas. Good day, presenter. This self-inflicted hardship and endemic petroleum scarcity in Nigeria shows sincerity of political leaders. For the selfish gain, stakeholders field make per day accept the reflection of the Nigerians will continue to suffer for more years ahead. Age-long promises of refurbishing our refinery and politics from the petroleum industry. Nigerians are suffocating and fast decaying. God, save the poor and helpless Nigerians. Brightener from Woji is asking, why would anyone keep a lion under his custody in Nigeria? It's not like the lion was in his home. The story says zoo. He's a zookeeper. He was a zookeeper. The lion was in the zoo. It's not in his, it wasn't in his home. Things happen, right? And that happened. Okay, the messages here on Facebook. Mboikanke Udoaka says manufacturers list conditions to slash price in cement. I'm very sure that 98% of goods have increased in this country. The companies are not aware when they hear it's increasing. Finally, Nigerians, we are heartless. Buy something for $850 in December and sell it for 11,300. Now almost 3K gain. Imagine. Petrol scarcity enters second day. Newton Ikire says it is an unfortunate situation that we find ourselves in. How could a man who lives by the riverbank wash his hand with? How could a bunch of rulers be so callous in a manner that they are insensitive to the plight of the suffering masses of this country? How could any right-thinking country drives her economy in the hands of some unruly tanker drivers who are uncouth in all their ways? Unbearable, yet we can't access petrol to power our generators. Even when this causes the heart to cry. The beloved. Alright, lines. That's Newton Iki on Facebook, though. I think I see another one here. The says only God go save us for this Nigeria. Who Johnny Justice? Just guess I'll come back to that later. As is substitute for smuggling food out of Nigeria, I love. You see now boards. Newton Kire. That's what's the message. These people should. That is the cost of the inflation. For me, there are not lots of removal education policy that has brought up over 150, but in official rate scattered every commodity, both locally produced and internationally produced. For December, I see dollar exchanging at 2,000. High cost of fuel is as a result of removal and on constant naira depreciation. Anyway, you said Dave Umahi and I just don't understand these people. Is he expecting us to clap for him? Why would you agree with the producers for cement to be sold at a whopping 7,000, 8,000 with an average Nigerian that is over 150 million people be able to build at least a bungalow? For lion killing, the stuff of the man, though I wonder if the man do go inside his bed want to feed him or what? Oh. Thank you for your message. Please, as you're sending your messages, keep them short and simple, right? Thank you. Chinda is calling from Ada George. Welcome, Chinda.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. This thing has been going on for years. So, not because our government, they always look for excuses to divert only two ways. our Nigeria. The government is not a serious. This government is not just serious. It's not a serious government. I tell you, we're suffering. We are still suffering, and like we will still suffer. We will still suffer more. By June, when the rain comes, the poverty will increase. The war will happen. Nigerians will all live. I'm looking to go to another country, Ghana. Yeah.
Cameroon or Ghana is where you want to go to.
Country. I tell you, I cannot die inside the country.
So you want to die outside?
I tell you. Yes.
So we now bury you.
To police station this morning. I went to police station this morning along this.
You can't hear me. Okay. From Adam.
850 naira per liter. How much passengers? How much will they enter?
Sorry, did you say you bought petrol at 850?
850. The only people selling it now is 850.
That's in your area.
Calculator, yeah. Yeah, it's West Road now. It's West Road. As if you're going to Juba.
As if you're going to where?
I tell you. Chuba.
Which of the filling stations?
Hello?
Which of the filling stations? There are lots of them.
I'm not supposed to call.
Who said you're supposed to call names?
I said I'm not supposed to call names.
Who?
Yeah, they're not doing anything. Those are the ones who so far. They're not doing anything.
All right. Thank you for calling, Chin.
So my sister, the situation is by June. When the rain comes,
All right. Thank you, Chinda. We heard you the first time you said that. I actually wanted to find out from him why he doesn't want to die in Nigeria. He wants to die elsewhere. So what's the plan for the burial? You don't want your people to have closure. You want to give them extra work of having to lift the corpse all the way back here. That's expensive. Anyway, back to the messages. Aseti Koa from Mile 3 says, greetings, the delectable one. Our politicians have explanation for every of their incompetencies. Is it way food smuggling reason? Is food smuggling the reason why a lot of boxing our naira like Anthony Joshua would do to me when I try him? Country leaders, bleep. All right, thank you. This government led by President Tinubu has failed. Let me ask, is dollar our currency? Shame to the... Oh, come on. Confidence, Lebedim from Ozuzo Eche. I'm being serious right now. Thank God Abiti on Facebook says the former administration of Buhari is the cause of the rising cost of living in Nigeria because the administration